Perfect. So maybe you could tell me a little bit about your site, and then we'll look at the two things that, or the things that you wanted to cover today.
Yeah, so the site is sophiecoopers.com.
Yep.
I had a design and theme that the last person who gave me a session helped me to do, and I used that for a long time.
Mhm.
I just changed the theme last week. I've been exploring a little bit plugins. My worries are that some part of the site might be crashing in the background and not loading quickly.
Okay. All right, we can take a look at that. Mm-hmm.
And then the other thing is that I'd be interested in setting up WooCommerce or a way of perhaps putting what actually might be more realistic is a way of embedding some items that I might want to sell on eBay, but to have them, whether it's possible to route them through to the site.
Mm-hmm. Okay, perfect. We can look at that. Anything else?
Maybe try those two things first.
Okay, perfect. So do you remember how to share your screen by clicking the green share button?
There's a red one here. I can oh yeah, the green one, yeah.
Yeah, click on that, and then it'll ask you which screen you'd like to share. So if you're on a Mac, it might say desktop. That's a good one. If you're on a PC, it might just say screen.
Yeah, there is. I'm just clicking on the screen. Oh, and then I've got click share.
Yep. Excellent. That worked. I can see it. Perfect. So you talked about something crashing. Did you want to look at that first?
Yeah. Well, actually, so this is just there was like a more of a magazine like news page type theme. So
Yep.
I thought I'd try this one again.
Yep.
Because it's a blog that has lots of articles.
Okay.
And I've been putting in members and a register and activate part to the site. I've got quite a lot of hits to the site, but no comments or anything. I was wondering about ways that I can get people to engage a bit more in the site.
Sure. I mean, building an audience can be a challenge for sure, and getting them to actually comment and interact is another challenge. I mean, there's things you can do within your posts themselves. Like you can ask for like a call to action, like what do you, like scroll down a little bit so I can see your some of your posts there. Yeah. So for example, if it's a review of a film, you can do things like ask people to comment, like have you seen this film? What did you think? Or what do you think? You can put out prompts like that. Have you double checked that comments are actually open and not being blocked in some way? Do you want us to look at that?
Yeah, I think that I've got Alchemist spam on, but it actually, even having the thing that says Alchemist spam might be off-putting as well. I mean, it might be okay to just take off any visible spam filters and just see what I get through.
Possibly. Do you want to show me what that looks like? Do you want to click on the title? Yeah.
It might be also that I'm talking about things that maybe I'm more confident to talk about, and that people are not sure what to say.
Right. Let me just go to your site for a second. Have you had any comments at all?
I have had people from WordPress following my site, so I've understood how to go into the reader and follow people.
But I'm
not really at all really on any of the blog posts.
Okay. I'm wondering if you'd like me to put through a test comment just to make sure that you're actually getting. Okay.
Great, yeah.
Okay, I'm just loading up your page, one of your posts.
Yeah, and I also think that maybe this theme, even though I liked it, is taking quite a while to load. So I'm wondering whether I haven't set things right.
Yeah, it did take a while to load, and there is that spinner. I mean, some themes just are quite heavy, so I'm putting through the comment and seeing.
I might be better changing it back to the theme that it was before, but I did like the news site aspect of it, and I had used a red theme before as well that was quite news site. But it just seems this one's not working very well, but I guess that's why I scheduled the call.
Right. Well, let's look at one thing at a time. Let's look at the comments first. So I just put through a test comment. Can you go to my site at the top left,
Yep. And then what
and
would I
then
go
go
to?
down to comments under manage, and let's see if it's there. hmm
Maybe this computer's being a bit slow to load anyway. It's
Yeah, it's a little bit
a
slow.
bit
It
of a
shouldn't.
story. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, as I say, it's a bit shit, really. We
Is
need a
it
better computer.
is it an older one?
It's a HP Stream, but it can't update because it hasn't got enough memory. So
Oh, yeah,
yeah, it's
that can be.
struggling.
hmm
So you
Okay.
just it says that you put test comment, so
Yeah.
then I
Okay.
would have to approve it,
Yeah, I
or
mean, you don't have to approve it. This shows me that it did go through. So this is what
Mhm.
I wanted to see, that they were flowing through okay. So that's good. Okay, so we know it's not a technical problem, is what I was getting at. Um, but yeah, I mean, building engagement is a whole, a whole thing unto itself. And I can send you. We have a good article on how to build traffic. And yeah, I mean, putting in a call to action is one thing. Commenting on other people's sites yourself is another way of building traffic because it might,
yeah.
I don't know if you try that. Um, people
I
are,
think I did realize that that's the way to do it. It's quite time
yeah,
consuming. I think you need to get
yeah,
interested in what other people are doing with blog post because sometimes
exactly.
you can end up being very interested in your own world.
Right. I mean, my suggestion would be to look in the reader, like you want to click on the reader at the top left and look for content that's related to yours. So, for example, movie reviews, for example. So once we get to that page, once this loads in the search box, if
Yeah,
you type in movie reviews, and then if you start interacting with other people's sites on similar
yeah,
content, they will see the link to your site in your comment on your name. Your name should have the name of the site as
yeah,
well. And then that tends to build a community when you interact with other people. They're curious about your sites, especially if it's pretty specific stuff. Like, let's say you found someone else's review of the same movie or something on the same similar topic that you posted about, and you could say, "Oh yeah, I really agree with you. Like I said something similar in my review." Or not to necessarily make it sound too self-promotional, but something, a genuine comment.
yeah.
So that's a good way to build back an audience too, build interaction.
What about the shop aspect? Is it?
Okay, so you
I've
want to.
got
Mm-hmm.
I've got WooCommerce was something that was suggested to me that
Yep.
I could use.
So are you mainly selling your products through eBay, or would you like to sell your products directly through your site?
Um, I I I can do stuff on eBay. It's only very small that I've started on eBay, but I'm considering buying technology products from abroad and selling them on the site.
Okay.
So if it was like its own shop,
Mm-hmm.
because maybe people that visit the site might be interested in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So definitely WooCommerce is the e-commerce plugin that we recommend. It's quite powerful, so you can do a lot of things with it. It means there's a little bit of a learning curve, but to set it up and get going doesn't take too long. And I don't know if that's something you want to look at now.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of what I've done on WordPress is just create a blog. So would
Mhm.
perhaps you can show me how do I even create that
Yeah.
page?
So, yeah, let's go back to your dashboard. So click my site at the top left. Mhm. And let's see if you've already installed it. So if you scroll down and go under plugins.
Yep. I think I've had quite a lot of people view the site from Twitter because I've been quite active on Twitter, and then I've
Oh,
been forgetting to use Reader
mm-hmm.
because I think I've probably just been like
Yeah,
doing loads on Twitter. So
yeah,
a lot of people may be coming from Twitter, but they're not necessarily WordPress users themselves.
mm-hmm. Mhm. Well, anyone can comment. They don't have to be, they don't have to have a WordPress.com account. But if people are used to interacting with you on Twitter, when they come to your site, they may be less. Some people like commenting in the sphere in which they're comfortable. So, like, let's say that could be Facebook or Twitter. So you might not get people commenting directly on your site. So, okay, I see you've got WooCommerce active already. That's great. Um, do you want to click on WooCommerce on the left-hand side? I want to see what you might have started setting up already. You see it under
Yeah,
the,
also I've got this error thing that says BuddyPress components do not have there's like a repair that's needed.
okay, well,
You
do you
know
know
what
what
that
Bud,
is?
do you know what
No.
BuddyPress, do you know what BuddyPress is and why you installed it?
Nope.
Okay, well, BuddyPress is a whole way to make your site into kind of like a membership site. I don't know if you mentioned membership earlier. Perhaps that's what you
Yeah,
used.
I think that's what I was trying to do,
Okay,
but obviously
okay,
don't fully understand how to.
okay. I mean, you have a lot going on here. So, we can look at the WooCommerce thing first, and if we have time, we can look at the BuddyPress thing. Would you like to continue with the?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll make a note about BuddyPress because if we don't have time to look into it now, I can point you in the right direction by email after our call.
Okay.
Okay,
Awesome. Thank you.
okay. So click on WooCommerce on the left-hand side. I want to see how far you got with the setup. Because there's a few steps with WooCommerce. You choose your currency and shipping information, stuff like that, and then you have to add products. So there's a few parts to the thing. Okay, and now click on settings. It's just below reports settings. Yeah, right there. Okay. All right. Okay. So I want you to close this giant banner that says Enhanced E-commerce Analytics for your WooCommerce store, and there's a little X on the right. There's a little white X in the gray circle. Yeah, just close that to. Okay, perfect. Okay, so this is where you're going to get started. So, there's a setup process with WooCommerce, and I don't know if you want to start doing that together with me here now, or if you'd like me to send you the guide to starting to set things up. Either way is totally fine with me. The first steps would be setting up your address and your currency and shipping rates and stuff like that. Is that something you wanted to do together now?
I could do, yeah. Or you could send it to me and I could work through it and
Okay.
and
Yep.
and maybe I'm not sure. It says that Everest Toolkit is recommended with this. Oh, it's a theme.
Basically, because you have installed a lot of things, each of those things is sort of screaming at you, hey, you need to do this, you need to do that. So there's a lot of competing notices here. Before
Right.
you, yeah, before you would install something like this, there's two things. One is you said you weren't even sure if you were going to keep this theme. So I definitely wouldn't rush to install this because that's something that's tied to this theme. And then
Mm.
I would look at what is this Everest toolkit? So, like, generally, once you have the ability to install plugins like you do here, it's a good idea to only install the things that you really need. And you're going to get a lot of competing, little announcements that are sort of asking you to do different things. But I always suggest really look at what it is before you install it. So, we could add this to your list. I'm adding it to the list here, Everest Toolkit. You could look into what is this. Um, some themes, especially premium themes that you've purchased somewhere, are quite complicated, and they sort of build them. They build the theme structure around third-party plugins. So they might have a plugin that does a specific thing, and that's one of the things that gives you all the features that you might see on the theme demo. So, like, I've never heard of Everest Toolkit. I don't know what it does, but if you'd like, we could look at that together.
Yeah, I mean, I do want a theme where it looks more magazine-y, a bit like as if you were picking up a celebrity magazine.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
And that then maybe that the toolbars along the top will take you to places like the shop or
mm-hmm,
member
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
parts.
Yep, yep. So what would you like to do next? We could look at themes together. We could continue looking at the WooCommerce setup, or I could send that to, what is your next priority?
I mean, there's that other one about the oxygen builder, and that's the new way. Like, is that just
Yeah,
another
that's
like? But
again,
then I clicked on it, and it wants me to pay for that.
yeah, that's again, that's one of the things that you installed. I don't know which one, but it could be a plugin you installed. It could be your theme has a built-in promotion for this oxygen builder, but you don't need that. So just click
I
hide
could just
this.
hide it. Yeah.
Click hide it. Hopefully it won't come back. Sometimes those notices are very persistent and they will reappear, but you can just hide it. And it's giving you a nice blank screen. That's not great. Yeah.
Is it likely that maybe that the theme I've got, because it was also saying that I could pay and upgrade for a more premium version of the theme. I thought because I'm on business plan, or that I might go for like a theme that was included in business plan.
For sure, for sure.
But
I mean,
then I don't. Do you know the themes?
yeah, I
Well,
mean, let's do this. Let's close this tab. That whatever was inserting that announcement was not coded very well and it's frozen your screen. So let's close this tab and we'll go back to one of the tabs you have open
okay.
already. Click the little X there.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's do this. Let me just sort of step back for a second and talk to you a little bit about themes. Um, some of the newer themes that we have on WordPress.com as part of our collection, they're really built to take advantage of the new block editor. So there's this new editor in WordPress. Well, it's new-ish now. It's about a year old. And it allows you to build your site with these, these things called blocks. I don't know if you've heard of that.
Well, I
Um,
tend to build them with. They look like blocks anyway. What I build the blog post with.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we can take a look together at what the blocks look like. But one of the new blocks is called blog posts, and it sounds very boring, but it actually has a lot of cool options to make your site look like a magazine. So the first thing that came to mind when you were talking about a magazine style theme was actually using one of the new themes that we have that takes full advantage of all the new blocks. So I could show you what that might look like.
Yeah. So should I
Yeah.
go down to? Is it design?
Well, yeah. So there's two things. One is, why don't I actually show you what this blog post block looks like first without changing your current theme, and that'll give you a sense of what's possible, and then maybe we could take a look at themes after.
Okay.
So why don't we do this? Why don't you go up to Pages under Site on the left-hand side?
Yep.
Yeah, click there. We'll make it just a draft page, and I'll show you how this works, and I'll double check that you're using the new block editor because some people sort of opted in to keep using the old editor. Okay, yeah,
I've
click. Go ahead and click that. Great, yeah, computer's catching up. Okay, good. So now this is loading a new page. I'm just taking notes to make sure I don't forget anything in my follow-up email for you. All right. Okay, so I can see already that you are using the block editor, so that's good. Up in the address bar, you literally have the words block editor, so that's how I can
Okay.
tell. And yeah, it is quite slow. Oh dear.
I think that's probably just my computer's fault though at
Yeah.
the moment.
Oh,
So maybe I can. I just got a Google Pixel phone, so
oh,
my phone
hmm.
is a lot quicker. But the
Oh.
phone doesn't work very well with doing WordPress from the phone,
Hmm.
really.
Did you try the app or were you using it in the browser?
Using the app, it
Hmm.
didn't
Oh.
work too well. But maybe I don't know. Maybe that is. Um, and also I don't know the best. I think am I using like as a because I'm paying for business
Hmm.
version of WordPress. Am I using business WordPress, or am I using like mainly premium features?
No, you are definitely using a lot of the business features. The ability to install all these plugins like WooCommerce and all these other plugins you have, and the ability to install a third-party theme from somewhere else like you have, that's only available on the business plan and above. So if you
Okay.
want to, yeah, so if you want
Yeah.
to use WooCommerce, that's definitely, you'll need a business plan.
And I had some credits that
Okay.
said that I have credits towards upgrades and stuff, but I don't think I want to upgrade again. But I don't
Okay.
know, like if there's a way of carrying any credits forward to my next year's um,
Yeah, if you have,
subscription.
are you referring to account credits or are you referring to the Word Ads credits? No?
Account credits. Like it
Okay.
seems that
Yeah.
I've got some like credits for upgrading, but
Oh,
I'd prefer in a way to. I
yeah.
don't know what the,
Let me double check. Account credits never expire, so they would be there and be usable anytime. Let me just double check here and see. I don't see account credits on your site. Do you, while this is attempting to load, do you wanna show me where you see those credits? Like keep this loading in this tab and then maybe show me where you saw that.
yeah.
Okay.
And the other thing is, do you know the name of some themes? Because if it's really slow today, then it may be the name of some themes that might
Yeah,
be.
absolutely. Absolutely. We can look at themes in another tab. I was going to show you the block over there, but if that's not loading, we can go to the themes area and I can show you that.
I'm just off. I'm also opening my phone. But yeah, let's have a look.
Okay.
Um, plan.
Oh, I think I know what you were seeing where it says credits. That's, yeah, I think I know what it was. It's telling you basically if you were to upgrade to the e-commerce level, which is the next level up, you would get a prorated cost. In other words, a credit would be applied for the months that you've been on business. It's not credits that can be used towards anything. But basically, let's say you decided to upgrade to e-commerce down the road,
Yeah.
which is really only needed if you need some very specific plugins, extensions for WooCommerce. Otherwise, everything you need is in Business Plan. But if you did want to upgrade to e-commerce down the road, we would say, okay, well, you've been on the Business Plan for X number of months, and we would prorate the upgrade cost. In other words, you
Okay.
you you would be paying a partial amount. So I think that's the credit that you would have been seeing on the plans page, which isn't loading, but that's what it is.
I've got it on my phone. So if
Ah,
I went
okay.
to pages on my phone and add new.
Yep. So you would say you would add a block. You would click add block on your phone,
Yeah.
and then you would choose blog posts block, and you could search for that in the little search box. And the blog post block, what I'll do is I'll send you our support page about that block. It has all kinds of interesting grid type options for creating magazine style themes. In fact, that's what the block was originally created for. We have a bunch of newspapers on an experimental project with us called Newspack.
Nice.
Yeah, and they're using this block to create their newspapers and magazine sites. So it has a lot of variations, and you can have like certain different numbers of columns. You can include featured image with each post or not. You can include the excerpt or not, just the title of the
So
post.
like maybe it might be like I could even like file away older posts according have pages according to which month that things were posted, because sometimes I
Yeah,
feel that once the post has gone past, like I could put like last issue, because it's
yep,
almost like I've got a number of issues.
yep. I mean, automatically you're going to have monthly archives and yearly archives. Those are created automatically.
Mm,
So you could add what's called an archive widget to one of the theme's widget areas so people can easily access past years or months. That's something you could do.
yeah,
You can choose the number of posts to be displayed on the home page, especially with the block. It makes it easy if you want to say, show the 5 latest posts or the 10 latest posts.
right.
So I think that block might be handy for the kind of layout you want. Would you like me to, since we only have a little bit of time left, would you like to
Yes.
look at the themes together if we go back
Yeah.
to, okay, so let's see if we can load this up without
Is it
too.
if I maybe if I go in on my phone is a bit quicker? So is
Sure,
uh
sure. Yeah, so
um,
you're looking for the word themes and
yeah.
it's under design themes. And then you'll see, do you see a section there that says recommended themes?
Um,
I'm not sure if the phone interface shows
it
exactly.
seems to be a little bit. It's got appearance themes. Yeah.
Yes,
So,
themes. Go to themes.
yeah.
Yeah. And so do you see themes that are called Barnsbury, Dalston, Mayland? Do you see those at the top?
Um,
What do you tell me what you see?
so it says that the theme that I've got, the Grace one, and it
Yep.
shows me the one that I used to have.
Hmm.
Um, Blog band, carbon.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's not. Okay, it's not showing the WordPress.com themes there in the app then. Um,
But if I could, should I search? And I could find search and search. Oh, add new.
no, that's to upload a theme. Do you mind trying your computer just to see if it'll
Yeah,
load?
that's
um,
right.
un- so down under design where there's a little squiggle on the left, can you open up that panel and click themes? Let's just see if it loads up faster than the editor was loading. Great. So this section that says recommended themes, where there's the spinner, this is where the newest themes are, the ones that are going to make it as,
Okay.
okay, good, they loaded up. So yeah, so these are all the themes that where you can take full advantage of all the blocks. So if you scroll down, these are sort of suggested layouts, but you can use them to create the magazine type of layout that you're looking for.
Mm.
So you can use any of these and remove or add any of these elements. So if you like the look and feel of one of these, um,
And sometimes I just feel like I like the picture, like I like the colours on that, but
mhm.
then it's not that that is actually even relevant to my. That's just
Right.
a background picture.
Well, the pictures can be changed. So the nice
Yeah.
thing about these themes will load up some dummy content that looks like the demo. But then once you go in and you see the blocks that we've given you to start you off, you can swap out you can swap out the demo images and put in your own. So
The recommended ones are the most recent.
yes, they're the most recent and they're the ones that are designed to work the best with the new blocks.
Okay. So
So
if I tried um, preview on this one.
so there is no more preview function here. There might be a preview function in the customizer. Let me just double check. I'm going
I
into your
could
site.
just activate it and see what it looks like.
You could, you you're going to lose a lot. I just want to warn you before you do that, because the site that you're using right now is quite complex. In fact, I've just gone into your customizer and it has many, many, many settings. You know, if you decide to go back to this theme, you might have to reset a lot of stuff. Um, One thing you could do, I'll just throw this idea out there, you could set up a second site, like a free site. You don't need a plan. All these recommended themes are actually free. So you can, if you want to set up a second site and just play with themes, you could do that. And then you wouldn't have to worry about resetting anything if you wanted to come back to.
Okay.
And you could even do an import of your content if you wanted to see what your content looked like.
So how would I do that? It would just be like create a new blog press.
Yeah, yeah. So if you click the back button and
Mm-hmm.
and then go scroll all the way down where you are in your dashboard. Go all the way down.
Oh yeah, because I think I do have two web pages at the moment. Anyway,
Um,
I think I have two pages.
well, you
Add
might.
new site.
It's yeah, a new site. If you do have a second site, I don't think it's connected to this account because I'm not seeing it there. But yeah, this is the way you would create a new site. You just say start now, and you'll just choose the free option for now. And I think this will give you a good
That
playground
one,
for, yeah, and just say blog. It won't prompt you to,
and just carry on. Just
yeah,
put or something.
exactly. And just keep choosing the free option. And if it
Okay.
wants you to, yeah, just give it a name. It could say um, Sophie's test blog or something like that.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Back up at the top.
I've got to go at the top. Oh
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Hmm. Great.
I have got a domain.
Well, you won't use it. You won't just
Not the same one. I've got the other one.
okay. Well, for
Mm,
the purpose of the test site, you don't really need a domain. I mean, you
we
could put
don't do
in,
that then.
yeah, but just put in whatever you want, like Sophie test site or whatever.
Okay.
It's gonna give you a bunch of suggestions at this step. So what you put here isn't super important. Um,
Sophie test
yeah. Okay.
site.
Good. Yeah. So give it a second, and it's going to come up with some possibilities that are not already taken. Great. So if you scroll down, you see it's wanting to give you sophietestsite.travel.blog because you said the site was about travel. Is that okay for the test
Yeah.
URL? Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Select that. Great. So now it's going to set up your site.
And then just start with a free site.
Start with a free site. Yep. Great. So it'll take a minute, but from here you can start playing with the different themes under design themes. You can start playing with the blog post block. You can start playing with the templates because these new themes also have a cool feature called templates. So when you create a new page in one of these themes, all of them except 2020, but all of them except 2020 have these cool templates which
But how come I can get the same themes on a free one as with the business?
well,
Um,
there are a whole bunch of premium themes that you can also get, but these new themes are designed to work with the block. So it's really up to you. We do have a whole collection of premium themes, and you're absolutely welcome to explore those. They're all included with the business plan too.
because I'm wondering as to what plan I should be on really, because my site hasn't made
Yeah,
any money yet.
right. Well, you can certainly think about it. All the plugins that you've added are only something that's an option on the business plan. So if you do want to sell through WooCommerce, you would need the business plan. If you
Mm,
just want to start with something simple, we do have something called simple payments, and I can send you information about that, but that's something that
right.
would be available on the premium plan. So if you didn't want
Okay, that
a,
would be
yeah,
useful.
I will send you that. I'm going to include that in my email to you. Yeah, that's another option for e-commerce. That's good if you have, a smaller number of products. The only
Yeah,
payment, the only form of payment that people can use with that is a PayPal checkout.
right.
So that's one thing that some people say, no, I absolutely don't want PayPal. I want Stripe, for example, as my payment gateway.
I don't mind PayPal. I think it's all
Okay,
right. Yeah.
cool. So yeah, so I'll send you information about that, and you can definitely consider what the best plan is for you, and you can compare the features. I'll send you a comparison of the different plans, and you can decide if business is more than you need and it's too complicated. You're welcome to downgrade. We would have to help you downgrade the site, but you could let us know anytime if that's something you wanted to do.
Okay.
Yeah. All
Thank
right.
you.
Well, we're going to wrap up because we're
Yep.
out of time.
Okay. I'm
Um,
just wondering, when I bought um the business one, it said I had 2 times 1 hour sessions, but then when I booked this session, it was only half an hour available to book.
yeah,
Do
the
I get
session.
a half hour still?
So you had
Today, but
a call on November 14th. It looks
mm,
like with Steve, and you're having one today. The sessions are only half an hour, so I'm not sure where you saw
I
an
might have
hour.
remembered it wrong.
So half an hour plus half an hour is one, and so maybe somewhere it was referred to as 2 times half an hour. We do sell standalone sessions, so if you wanted another session, whether or not you decide to keep the business plan, we sell those on a one-off basis. So I'll include information about that in
Right,
as
okay.
well. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Thank you very
All
much.
right, you're very welcome. So I'll send you the recording and a recap of everything we did with a bunch of links pretty soon.
Brilliant. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Have a good rest of your day.
Bye.